What's up, everybody? So, since I last talked about Kristian Alfonso leaving Days of Our Lives because of, I guess you could say, creative differences and whatever, and the fact that they were trying to literally push her out the door with that BS storyline that she had to leave for 5 months and then come right back. It's just preposterous, especially with four soaps up. It's kind of like, what kind of wool you try to pull? I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, I'm still thinking about it now, like, wow, Corday and Sony really got, you know, life messed up with that. Or they realized they thought that she was going to be so naive and to think that was an option, I guess. But nevertheless, I wanted to get into possible acting opportunities that Kristian Alfonso could definitely find herself into. Now, I'm not trying to say that Kristian Alfonso is like the greatest actress of all time. I'm not saying that at all. And I'm definitely not saying we should model her situation to the point where, we feel like, oh, she's the only actress or performer in daytime this has happened. So I'm not saying that at all. But like I said, since I have a very close relationship to, that whole Hope Williams, Brady character since the mid 90s. And then I really started to look back at Kristian Alfonso's career prior all the way up until now. Uh, it's just a thing where for me, it's just, I feel very like, it's just crazy. Like that whole thing that scares people away from soap opera and soap opera fans is like you feel so connected to the people that you watch almost every day of your natural life. So it's almost like they become like a pseudo family for you in a sense. But nevertheless, um, yeah, I wanted to, just do like a quick rundown of sorts of like what opportunities she could do. Now, like I said in the previous video, she could definitely try prime time. Now I know somebody's gonna say, possibly in the comments section, well, there's not really many acting opportunities for women over 50 because they don't act like they want high. It depends what role falls into your lap and how well you screen test for it, or if the person that is willing to give you that opportunity. There is plenty of primetime opportunities that Chris Alfonso can do. Okay, whether it's on cable. I mean, cable has so many um serialized dramas now. I mean, thanks to digital cable expanding, from again TNT, um, what is it, the paid cable channels like HBO, Showtime, Cinemax, Stars, and of course you got regular CBS, NBC, Fox, you name it. So she could definitely find herself on there. Like I said, I don't, again, I'm not saying that people will be busting down the doors to get a Chris Alfonso, but it all depends on whatever opportunity falls into her lap that she likes, that she could definitely sink her teeth into. For me, I've even said this, I don't know if I said this videos before or not. It's been a minute since I look back at my old videos. I even said that I want her, if she does get a role in like prime time, I would love to see her play that bitch character like she did on Melrose Place. But just, again, more organic and less, I'm trying to find the word, more believable, I guess, because when I look back at those old scenes when she was on Melrose Place, I think it was season 2 of it. You can find clips of it. Okay, she was so good, and I've seen movies where, uh, she has played a bitchy character. I think she played one in Murder in a Small Town. Again, that was a uh, cable television movie. I think it was on NBC, and then they show it every once in a while on Lifetime. And again, it was a very good story. So I just think that Kristian Alfonso, to me, she could thrive at being that bitchy character. Um, if you write it well for her, that she can sink her teeth into, and she can really run with it. Oh man, she can probably knock it out the park. Um, I would love to see her in something like that, something devious and delicious, and just, just it would just be great. Um, so yeah, something in prime time, like that. And again, like I said in the video prior, if they are rebooting this Batgirl, Batwoman show, um, the way they are, she could definitely come off as that Alfred character, like the one from the 1988 version of Batman, and to that Batgirl's Batman. I hope I'm saying it right. Something like that, where they could play that up. But I don't know. It could be interesting to see with that, if that could come into play for her as well. However, excuse me, I'm thinking of some other opportunities she could do in prime time. Again, I've already ran down TV show opportunities. When it comes to, like I said, like those made for TV movies that you see on Hallmark, the Lifetime channel, Lifetime Movie Network, and even like, again, those premium cable channels like HBO, sometimes they have those old movies, their own movies of like their own kind of like Lifetime movies or such. I mean, that would be great to see, and again, you can make a lot of money off of those. I mean, Eric Zucker, when she was going in between days, and then she left days for a little bit, and and she started doing those type of movies, I think she made a nice little, chunk of change doing those particular movies. So, yeah, I mean, and the moment they air on TV, they quickly hit DVD. So you could definitely get DVD royalty sales from those, I think. So, again, those are very possible if that can happen. Again, Allison Sweeney has made a career off of doing not Lifetime movies, Hallmark channels movies. With that detective, cookie cutter movie series that she has with Cameron Matheson. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, soap opera vets usually find themselves on there, especially if they need a little bit of coin, and or if they done lost their daytime gig, they do end up going to those type of movies. And so there's no shame in it. I mean, they've been doing this those type of movies ever since, like way back in the 70s, 80s, particularly. I mean, Susan Lucci, I mean, soaps were so hot during that particular time period in our history, pop culture, that Susan Lucci stayed on a TV movie every Monday night. Whether she was the mob princess, someone was kidnapping her daughter, I don't know. She was always in some sort of like soapy character made for TV movie. So, but instead of them coming on, CBS and NBC and ABC now, they go straight to Hallmark and Lifetime. So, Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. You know, people like to look down upon it, but I'm like, hello, remember once upon a time. So, yeah. Um, uh, they also have like, you know, acting opportunities on web soaps and uh, like The Bay and particularly now, I don't know the pay scale of those particular uh, shows, considering they're on the web. But like a show like The Bay that has been on for like, I don't know how many, how long that show has been on, about 5 6 years now. It might be getting a little bit of coin, but again, they have so many popular faces on that particular cast. You know, I don't know if she would make, again, any kind of paycheck or revenue from that. But again, who knows? Don't they stream that show, The Bay, on like Amazon Prime? So I guess the more people that download it and watch it, it can definitely happen. I don't know, but you know, it is what it is. But web soaps are very popular too. It's just all about trying to get the audience for them to actually sit back and pay for those particular episodes and really honestly look at them, because like I said with The Bay, it is a beautiful um web soap. I mean, it's gorgeous to look at, even for a web soap. But again, they have the revenue now to pretty much make it look like a primetime soap opera now. Um, and I think it took a little while for that show to really come into its own. But even when it was just that, that little independent web soap, it was still kind of just like, it was still great to watch because it just reminded you so much of a soap opera. It still does, but I'm just saying, like, because with a soap, you just sit back and you watch it. You're listening to what the characters are saying, and the words that they're saying and their expressions and things like that. And so, it's you're listening to the story and the people behind the story, aka the characters, and you're just mesmerized for however long it might be. It might be 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. It just depends. But yeah. But that's another one. And of course, the one that everybody wants to get up on is another soap. Again, another soap. We have 4 left. She's already said, I'm not coming back to days anymore. I'm not doing part-time or quarter-time status. That's some bullshit, which I can totally understand. However, General Hospital, I would rule that out too, because General Hospital is like days when it comes to the year renewal BS of their show as well. And plus, in terms of like what that show is all about, yes, they've gotten, away from the whole mob drama, which I'm not going to sit here in front and lie. I miss the mob drama on General Hospital. Yes, the hell I do. And I don't care what anybody say. I miss it. I miss it. You could definitely see the sharp decline in that show once the mob had ended. But the purest fans won, and they were all like, well, we want it. They want the stories to be centered around the hospital, which is hilarious because one of the first stories that happened with General Hospital was a character was shot by a mobster, or the mobster was the one that was shot. Something along that line. But it was a mob story. And it just is funny. Now, mind you, a lot of the people that have whined about it, it's comical because you were some of the same people that love seeing, what is it, Anna fall in love with an alien. It is just so it's funny how you don't like the mob stories on General Hospital, but you're okay with seeing Anna fall in love with a fucking alien on General Hospital back in the 80s. And you'll use that whole thing. Oh, well, it was the 80s. It was a time for the weird. No. Oh, I gotta throw your history back in your face. You fell in love with the alien tale, but you don't like mob stories. Come on now. But, and again, I like alien tales too. Not on my soaps. Not on my soaps. Now, on Unsolved Mystery, okay, fine. If I'm watching sci-fi, fine. If I'm watching Star Wars, great. But I don't want to see that crap on my daytime soaps. I just don't want to see that. That's stupid. But nevertheless, no, General Hospital, that's just totally out. And plus, I just feel like that show is so beholden to 3 performers. And y'all know what 3 performers I'm talking about. And they always get all the breaks. They are beloved, and that's just the way it is. And I just don't think she would get the type of screen time. I'm not saying I want her eating the show. No. I'm saying the type of screen time where she got a really relatively good storyline on a show like a General Hospital. It just would not be played the way a person like myself would, again, really just be in love with, because again, those 3 characters that she would literally have to be, because it feels like your indoctrination to General Hospital, at least over the last 20 plus years, you have to, indoctrinate the new characters, at least, into the orbits of Sonny, Jason, and Courtney. And that's just how it is, because they are like, that show's 3 Musketeers over the last 20 plus years. And I wouldn't have no hope for that, because like I said, General Hospital fans are so, they're a tough bunch. And if she remotely tries to rock the boat with that Sonny, Jason, Courtney mess, she wouldn't be on there much long. She just wouldn't. And plus, like I said, the job security there, it's a year-to-year basis, because they have their performers, I heard, take pay cuts. So it is what it is. Bold and the Beautiful. Some people, including myself, has said like she would be a good Hunter Tylo replacement as Taylor. I don't know what has happened, but I even heard some Bold and Beautiful fans would be up for this as well. I don't know what has happened, but no one likes Hunter Tylo anymore. And don't get it twisted, I like Hunter Tylo, and especially when it came to Taylor back in the day. But what has happened? What did happen? It's so funny. But that would actually be good, to see like Kristian Alfonso, Catherine Kelly Lay, the throwback beauties of the 80s and the 90s going at it for whatever reason in the world. I don't know. It would be a really good storyline. Like, maybe, because Kristian Alfonso to me has always been like a fashionista, especially if you look at her 80s and her 90s years, I would like, that would kind of be hot. Like, maybe bring on just a new fashion house. I don't know how they would pull that off, but bring on a new fashion house. They also done casted a new guy, okay, to potentially play Steffi's new man. Hey, maybe connect him to a new fashion house. Maybe it could be, if you can't have her play Taylor, maybe have her play a new character, and then Who knows? I mean, you serve good with this, right? Like, you could really play this up. And also, when it comes down to romantic interest on that show, I will never forget, y'all, when they used to have it on YouTube. But, Sony zaps the links all the time. But Don Diamont and Chris Alfonso know each other, okay? They know each other because one of his first acting jobs Don Diamont ever had was on Days of Our Lives before he went to Y&R. And I'll never forget, I don't know what character he played. It wasn't like, I don't even know, but they're about to say running it. Just keep it that way. And one of his first scenes he ever had, Kristian Alfonso was coming in. She had a fur coat on, and she, again, it was the 80s, so you had all the blush and the big hair. And she came into like this like little diner or restaurant or whatever, and she just came in just looking all sexified. And Don Diamant's character was like, "Whoo, who is that?" And somebody told him, "Oh, that's Hope. That's Hope Williams." She wasn't Brady at the time, but she was just Hope Williams. And he was just like a dog with a bone. Like, he was literally all over her. Like, she is gorgeous, So, I'm just saying, that would be kind of cool, the Don Diamont, Chris Alfonso angle, that would be kind of cool. But, Brad Bill, that baby, I like him, I like Brad. I'm just hard on Brad because I just want him to write a strong show. Remember, for those y'all who watch Bold and Beautiful, the years when his daddy was overseeing it and Brad was writing the show, and then they had them strong years, them strong recovery years. I would say from 99 on to about 2008. And he just wrote the crap out of that show. And then he had the little year when, he had the trans storyline. But Brad Bell, man, he could turn into any other soap writer, man. If he gets too comfortable, he starts coming up with silly ideas. And I would just be scared for her with that. Because, again, she's already left the show that constantly is always throwing silly little plot driven type of storylines that make her look foolish. And again, I want to see Kristian something more organic and more realistic, so I don't know. I mean, I think Brad could deliver, but yeah. And then plus, I don't know what they would do with that budget, because when you have Denise Richards there, Denise Richards ain't fucking cheap, y'all. She ain't cheap. I'm sorry. She ain't cheap. And I like her. Don't get it twisted. I love me some Denise Richards. But adding a Kristian Alfonso's potential budget, salary to that, I don't know. Could it hurt that show? I mean, considering that show, along with Y&R, is aired not just in America, but in many different countries, and especially like these countries that are, I would say third world, but, places like Latin countries, that in terms of, the economics and stuff are not to par with like Western civilization and stuff. And I'm not saying all of, Latin countries. I'm just saying some parts. And they see that, because there are some Latin people that actually, watch telenovelas, and they're like, they see the telenovelas play, and they're like, oh, I want to be the Cinderella story, or, I want to be that, fat girl that gets the handsome man, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So those shows like that generate so much popularity, because again, it's just something about seeing the lifestyle like I said, a Bold and Beautiful and a YNR that intrigues a lot of those particular countries. Um, so I don't know. That one's up in the air for me. But the one that everybody is really tagging for is Young and Restless. Now y'all know Young and Restless just got a 4-year renewal. I think it just got renewed this year actually. So with a 4-year renewal, and again, if you write a really good, strong character as well as storyline, for Kristian Alfonso, you could get the ultimate job security for her. Um, People have also pointed out a potential love interest that she could definitely go for if her character is even made or they go into the Bible of YNR characters and pull someone out from the past and brush them off and just give them a little bit more character is Jack. Jack has been without a woman for quite some time. And again, Peter Bergman, Kristian Alfonso are age appropriate. They're around the same age. I think Peter Bergman is like 6. Again, I'm not trying to put anybody's age on blast. I'm just saying. Peter Bergman is about 65, and Kristian Alfonso is about 56, 57. So, with that being said, I don't know. You could probably play up that little dynamic. I don't want Kristian Alfonso nowhere near the sniffages of Eric Braeden. No offense to Eric Braeden. I'm just pointing it out. I don't want Eric Braeden and Kristian Alfonso to kiss at all. No, no mas, no. I don't want to see that. No. Peter Bergman, yes. Shake my head, yes. But no Eric Braeden. It's just no. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. The only thing I want to see out of that is unless, like, again, a Kristian Alfonso's character is giving Victor what is it called? A fight of some sort. That's what I wouldn't mind seeing. Or something to that nature. Like, I would love a strong female character to take on Victor and his business. Oh, that would be kind of hot right there. But I just don't want to see any kind of chem testing there. I don't want to see that in terms of like, oh, yeah, let Victor. No, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see. So please, save that for yourselves and your own little weird little fan fictions. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. Like I said, Peter Bergman, Jack, yes, I can totally co-sign with that. But the no, not Victor, not Eric Braeden, no. They can shake hands, but that's it. But beyond that, yeah, I think in terms of that, like I said, just give her a strong character, something organic, something realistic. But do I think that would happen on this current modern day of YNR? I don't think so. Was Josh Griffith still helming it, writing, executive producing, I think? It just ain't gonna happen, y'all. I'm sorry. Josh Griffith can be alright at time. But like I told y'all before, this is like his third rodeo on YNR. He still isn't getting the people back. I mean, he writes a really good Adam. Every time he's on YNR, he does Adam justice. I give Josh Griffith that. And even Chuck Pratt, his buddy. Santa Barbara buddies, But, Chuck Pratt wrote the hell out of Adam when he was on as Justin Hartley. When Justin Hartley played Adam. But I don't know. And plus he wrote for Kristian during the 50th, and oh my god. That was a hot mess on that show. Oh my god. I just don't think he would do my girl right over there. It's just, I just would be fearful of that. I would be scared of that. And plus, like I said, Sony, after she left willingly the way she did from Days of Our Lives because of the creative differences, I don't know if she would get the type of respect on Y&R, Young and the Restless. You see what I'm saying? Because Young and the Restless and Days is under Sony. And plus, and Corday still gets a fucking percentage, y'all, from Y&R, which is comical. I'm like, how is he still getting a percentage off that show? Still, like, he's still generating, dollar signs from that show. But it's just, it is what it is. I mean, those are some of the things I wanted to point out. And again, y'all, I'm not saying, even as a person that really likes Kristian Alfonso, that she's not the only actress on modern day Captivity that this has happened to. But you gotta keep it real as real it can be. She is a popular entity. She's part of pop culture history. We even talk like this when they dog out Jeannie Francis. Remember that time when Jill Farrah Phelps dogged out Jeannie Francis? And we all tore Jill Farrah Phelps a new one. So it's just like, Ken Corday, if he's even remotely butthurt about me or anybody talking any kind of ill about him, how he treated Kristian Alfonso, bruh, you could ask Jill Farrah Phelps how she got the business, how she dogged out Jeannie Francis, okay? So yeah, it is what it is, y'all. Those are some of the things I wanted to, or some of the possible career ventures that she could possibly take on acting, because like I said, she even says she's available. So it is what it is. So yeah, that's what I got. Rate, comment, subscribe. This is CC Talk. Thanks for watching. Catch y'all later. Peace.